that goes on his chin. And then you hold a little pressure to make the seal, and you use. You don't go all the way in. Okay, this is going to blow out a lung. This one is all you need on babies. And that's on a full-term baby like this one. If you have a little person, which you wouldn't be touching anyway, because I'm going to have you back off to that, you'd just be doing this. Barely compressing. We have gauges on all of our amber bags now, so you can see how much pressure you're applying for babies. Right there.
Is there like specific limit for the pressure?
Yes, there is. Okay. And you'll get that into your high-risk thing. You're not going to have to worry about it right now. Okay. If we're doing anything like resuscitating the baby, I don't want you on the bed. I want you standing back. Let the nurses do their thing. Okay. Little people come out naked. So the first thing you get is a wet, naked baby from mom's tummy or from the practitioner. You're going to wrap a blanket around it and bring them over here. First thing you're going to do is dry this baby off. Head to toe. That does two things. And don't be gentle about it. Stimulate him. Really rub him. Okay? That's going to stimulate him to cry. He's going to use his lungs, and it's going to dry him off. What's the problem with a wet baby?
He'll get cold.
He gets cold. What happens when he gets cold?
Hypothermia.
Not that fast.
Bronchial constriction.
Say again?
Bronchial constriction because of the cold, and then they have...
Yes, but not immunity. What's the first thing that happens when a baby gets cold? What else drops with it?
Blood pressure.
The temperature.
Hmm?
Temperature?
Well, we say he's cold, so his temperature drops. What drops with the temperature?
The respiratory.
Oh, that'll go up.
Heart rate?
No.
Blood pressure.
No.
What?
What do babies do to compensate?
Shiver.
Give that man a cookie.
Yay, cookie!
How many cookies do you have?
Okay? So you want to get a baby who's not cold. When babies come out wet, so the first thing you want to do is dry them off. Okay? The one exception, if a baby has had meconium, has had a stool before birth, and his water, his eruption membranes will be greenish or brown, if the baby you do not want to stimulate, because you don't want to take a breath and inhale it into his lungs. Okay? So, you get a baby with meconium over, you bring him over wrapped with his head here, and the first thing that the practitioner is going to do is put a laryngoscope in his mouth and put a ventilator tube down him so that we can suction him out from the lung up. And they may do that a couple of times. Once they've done that and said, okay, and then you're going to stimulate, then you're going to dry him off that way. Yes?
How can you tell if they have meconium?
It'll be through your labor. You'll see brown water coming out, green water coming out.
Okay.
Okay, not clear. It's in the film. It's clear.
Clear odorless.
Okay. But once you've done your stimulating and your drying, the first thing you do then is take the blanket, the wet blanket, off the bed. Take it away. Totally discard it. And most of our nurses set up a system there so that once they've done their stimulating, they have a whole pack and they have another set of blankets underneath. Okay? So, you stimulated your baby, he's dry, he's pink, he maybe needed a little blow-by for a minute. And then you took it away. He was breathing on his own. He was pink. Like our Sim baby here, he was not blue around the mouth. Okay? Then, next thing we do is usually turn around, wherever it is, and put him on the scale. Okay? Put him on the scale. He gets his weight, etc. and so forth. He's a lovely pound. He weighs 8 pounds. He's coming back. And by that time, while he's on the scale, one of the nurses is usually taking off all the initial blankets and he has his new set in place there. So he comes back here, he gets a hat on to help keep him from losing weight. He gets a diaper on so that he doesn't make everything wet. Okay? He gets bracelets put on, including the security bracelet. And then we wrap him up. How many of you have swaddled the baby? Okay? Would you care to demonstrate swaddling? Excellent job. Give that woman a cookie.
Little
My
burrito.
only question to you, are you swallowing the arms in, or they just happen to be there because he's a mannequin?
They should be in.
Okay? A lot of the practitioners would keep the arms down. I favor leaving one hand come up.
Oh,
Still
leave
be
one
inside the
hand come
blanket. Right.
Oh, like this?
Whichever.
Okay.
Leave both hands. But when they're first born, most of them swaddle them this way. Okay? Whenever I swaddle a baby, particularly if they're on mother baby, okay, they've already been birthed, they're X number of hours old. I use my first one to go under the first arm, and then around, then their feet. Now, when they're first born, they like the legs folded up so that you can fold them in tightly and conserve all of the body heat. So his legs will not be stretched out. You can fold it into here and up to here. And then
It is a little burrito.
you fold him over this way. Okay? When he's upstairs, he's been dried, he's been living around here for a while. I usually put his shirt, if he's got a shirt on, he has a diaper on. I may even let both hands come up and trap him this way. So, would anyone else care to practice swaddling?